Hey y'all, it's Rosie from iHeartRecipes.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how I make southern fried or oven southern fried chicken. So this was requested during one of my Instagram videos, and I'm just going to show you how I make my oven fried chicken. So first things first, I have some legs and thighs in here. I did brine it overnight in a sugar and salt solution. Very easy stuff. If you want the recipe for the brine that I did use, you can find the link close to the video. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link in the description box for the brine, as well as the exact measurements for the chicken that I'm about to make. If you're watching on Facebook, there will be links there as well. So if you don't want to use legs and thighs, you can certainly use whatever pieces that you want to use. If anything, it may change the cooking time just a tad bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some hot sauce. You can use whatever hot sauce you want to use. I'm just going to use the first bottle that I grabbed out of my cabinet. And I have so many different hot sauces that I like to use, y'all. Like, real deal. I have one that I like to use for chicken. I have one that I like to use for fish. I have one that I like to use for my Mexican food. I have a lot of hot sauce. So I like to use a mild hot sauce, but if you like your chicken like super spicy, do you. Again, use whatever hot sauce you want to use. With the hot sauce, we are going to need an egg. What I'm going to do is just mix the hot sauce and the egg together until well combined. Okay, so once this is well combined, we're going to grab our chicken. And now we are going to just pour this all over the chicken. So that the chicken is nicely coated with the hot sauce and egg mixture there, because that's going to help our breading stick to it, and of course the hot sauce adds lots of flavor. This is nicely coated. What I'm going to do now is just set that to the side, and I'm actually going to grab this and get it out of my way. For this part, I just have a cookie sheet. You can use a brown paper bag. You can also use plastic bags. I'm out of both, so I'm using this. So I have all-purpose flour. I also have some plain breadcrumbs. And now we're going to start adding our seasonings. So I'm going to use my favorite seasoning salt. And I want a nice amount of seasoning salt. And don't forget, if you want the exact measurements for this recipe, head over to my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. You can print it out from there. I'm also going to use poultry seasoning. If you don't have poultry seasoning, you can use a little bit of ground sage and ground thyme, and you know, that's all poultry seasoning really is. It's ground thyme, ground rosemary, let me see, a little bit of nutmeg, I said thyme already, sage, and that other one that I can never pronounce. So after that, we're going to grab the garlic powder, and we're also going to use onion powder. I'm just going to use a fork to make sure all those seasonings are in there and everything is just mixed, to be honest with you. You can use a whisk if you want. All of my whisks are currently in the dishwasher. Otherwise, I wouldn't use that. Gosh, I'm like out of everything. Paper bags, plastic bags. Been cooking a lot, y'all. Going to snatch up one of these thighs here. I'm just going to coat it. And we're going to do this to all of the pieces of chicken, okay? So just make sure it's nicely coated, fronts and backs. Any excess, just set it to the side. So once you're done coating it, let me show you what we're going to cook our chicken on top of. A cookie sheet and a cooling rack. Cookie sheet, cooling rack right there. And this is going to do the trick. You don't need anything fancy. Shake off. Actually, before we set this chicken on here, we're going to oil the cooling rack, otherwise the chicken will stick to the cooling rack and we don't want that. So I just have my oil in my little spritz bottle. You can find these spritz bottles anywhere. The oil that I'm using is peanut oil, but of course you can use whatever oil you want to use. And I want to just make sure that it is nicely coated. Shake off that excess and just put it on. And again, we're just going to continue doing that to all of the pieces of chicken. FYI, in the ingredients you will see black pepper listed. The seasoning salt that I use already has black pepper in it. That's why you didn't see me add it on camera. But I just thought I'd let you guys know. Okay, so the chicken is all nice and coated with our flour, seasoning, and breadcrumb mixture. What we're going to do now is grab our oil and we're just going to saturate the chicken. Remember, this is oven fried chicken. And yes, my finger is tired. This is probably my least favorite step because it really tires out my little chubby fingers. So I'm almost done spraying all the chicken. But what we're going to do once we're done doing this side, we're going to flip it on over and spray the other side as well. Okay, so the chicken is good to go. We're going to place it in the oven. Well, I'm going to wait a while because I have my dressing in the oven. Now, if you haven't watched my cornbread dressing video yet, go ahead and do so. That's what's cooking right now. Once that's done, I'm going to turn the heat up from 350, which is on right now. We're going to turn it to 400, and we are going to cook this chicken until it's nice, golden, and crisp. All right, so the chicken is fresh out of the oven, y'all. This is my oven fried chicken, super easy. As you see, we didn't use a whole lot of fancy ingredients, or we didn't use any fancy ingredients, just basic stuff. So yeah, if you want the exact measurements, head over to my blog, iHeartRecipes.com. It will be available there. You can print it out for free. And make sure that you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Turn on those notifications. And also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. See y'all soon.